Ashley, congratulations. What was the first thought that ran through your head when Julie announced you won the $750,000?
Oh my gosh. Well, first, thank you for the congratulations. And second, oh my gosh, it was the best feeling in the world, honestly. I was like ready to just open that door. I mean, Vince was giving me a long hug, which I really appreciated because I do love Vince as a person, but I was also like, I want to get out. Like, I want to see Julie, which all season you don't want to see Julie because that means you're evicted. But I wanted to see Julie. I wanted to see the cast. I wanted to see my family. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock.
I was gonna say, I mean, you've been cooped up in there for a long time. What is the thing that you miss the most? Like, what are you just waiting to get your hands on?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I missed my phone. But two, I literally just miss going to restaurants, like going to sit out and eat, going for walks, seeing your family, calling them, FaceTiming them. I mean, you have literally no connection to the outside world when you're in the show. So it's crazy.
I mean, after you cut Morgan and she went and joined the jury, and Julie had said, like, Ashley won the HOH, Rachel immediately screamed and started crying. So we kind of knew like where the jury was leaning in that moment because Rachel really let it out. But what were you thinking going into that and how it seemed like you manifested it?
I did. Yes, I literally manifested it. I mean, I was working hard in my speech the days before. And you know what? I was ready for whoever I was going to sit next to. I knew Morgan, it'd be an uphill battle. I probably wasn't going to win against her. But I was going to give whatever happened, whatever life threw at me, a good faith effort. You know, I was cooking with my speeches and the things that I was going to say. I had my lawyer hat on, coming up with counter arguments. But oh my gosh, one, I can't believe it. And two, I was thinking, man, I think I could win this game for real. After I won the HOH, I thought, man, I think I can win this game.
Did you
And so
did you think you had to win the HOA? Like, what if Vince cut Morgan himself and took you? Do you think you would have? Do you think you still could have pulled it off, or might it have been a little closer?
I think it would have been closer. I think it would have been closer just because I think the jury felt that Vince always played Morgan's game, which I already thought that, and obviously we heard that tonight. A lot of people thought he was playing Morgan's game because he kind of was. And I think if he made that final move evicting her, I think it could have gone either way. I think it would have been a toss up. I think my argument still stayed true. You know, he turned allies into enemies. You know, he was someone who played a pretty reckless social game and had terrible jury management. So, regardless of if he cut Morgan or not, those were still the facts. But I think he could have made a compelling argument where maybe he could have spun it and been like, you know, I wanted people to believe I was playing Morgan's game because I wanted to get to this point, take her out at the end, and make a big move and win the game. So you never know. But I feel like all my arguments I made against him still stood true, even if he did cut Morgan and take me. Right.
Are you prepared now for all of the gifs and memes that exist all over social media about you? And I'm gonna warn you now, there's like two or three like super iconic ones.
Stop!
So
Really?
when do you get your phone back? Because I'm excited for you to see.
Oh, I haven't gotten my phone back, so I know nothing. I am still blinded to the outside world.
Throughout the season, you were underestimated, probably more by Vince than others. I mean, there were some moments you're going to see where he was like, why is she still here? She doesn't deserve to be here with us. And I'm not trying to start a war because now, I mean, he knows his mistakes and he says nice things. But, how poetic is this win for you? Because he nominated you week
Week one.
one,
Mhm.
and then you're sitting at the end with him at the very end and win.
Yep. Yep. Oh, absolutely. I didn't take him there to give him $75,000. I took him there for me to get 750. Okay. First of all, second of all, had I won that final veto, I would have taken him out, which I don't know if it showed that, but I would have cut him because one, that was a big move for my resume. Two, I knew then for sure I'd have two people that would take me to the end because at first I really wasn't sure. I felt like before I got to work on Morgan, I think she was leaning towards taking Vinny until I planted the seeds over and over and knocked that thing down where I think she might have taken me to the end because of the work that I put in that week. But I
She
would have taken
said,
out
by the
Vinny.
way, Julie asked her, she said she would have cut Vince and taken you.
Wow. Oh, I love Morgan. That's what made me feel bad. Like I knew when I got up there, I knew I was evicting Morgan, but getting the words out very hard because on a personal level, she is quite literally one of my favorite people in the house. Like that girl will be at my wedding. Like we are so close. I love her as a person. She is a ride or die type of person. But at the end of the day, I came here for myself to win this game. I came here for my family, and taking her would have been basically giving her the prize. You know, I'm not going to do that. And clearly, I'm glad I trusted my gut and my instincts, and I won the game because of my decision.
I love that you brought up showergate because that was such a crazy moment that also was much talked about at the time. How long was the shower, Ashley?
It was literally like 30 minutes. And may I just add, I felt very vindicated because after the live show ended, Julie Chen told me, she was like, first of all, I watched it back. It wasn't 2 hours. She was like, it was like 30, maybe 40 minutes max. She's like, so I just want you to know that you were not, basically, I wasn't crazy. Like, it was not a long shower out of the ordinary. And she said she was really confused by the whole thing. And I said, yes, Julie Chen had my back. Like,
You also made history by being the only person ever to try to change your vote live on the air. What do you remember about that day? And did you hear Julie saying no, 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 no?
no, I didn't because I'm telling you, I walked in, said what I had to say, and walked out immediately. I did not hear her say no. And so when they read the vote, it was like 9-2 or something. I thought the second vote was someone else. I was like, okay, cool. Someone else was confused too. I thought my vote didn't count, guys. I had no idea. No idea.
You said your ability to turn enemies into allies was one of your best attributes and arguments for the jury. You know,
Yes.
who was the toughest, do you think, to flip? Who like enemy to an ally?
Ooh. I want to say Keanu, actually. Keanu, well, no, Vinny. Vinny, and you know what? I didn't trust him to save my life, but I had to pretend like I trusted him because he was HOH over and over and over again after the judges formed. But I never trusted Vinny fully. I knew he was only keeping me around because of Morgan. He knew that if he touched me, it's like touching Morgan because me and Morgan kind of also became a duo. I mean, we were very, very close in this game. Nothing as close as Vinny and Morgan's relationship. But we were definitely very close. And so I think really he only kept me around because of Morgan. And ruining Morgan's relationship. And I knew that and I played into it as well. I don't know if it showed, but during the HOH when it was talking about he was debating putting up Lauren or not, I made it very clear, like, if you put me up, it is going to affect your relationship with Morgan. So you need to choose. Is it Morgan or is it Lauren? And I think he was the hardest person to flip because we just never had that connection. Throughout the game, it was just never there. I mean, he really was just an extension of Morgan. And so it was very hard to try to convince him to trust me. That's for sure.
I mentioned that when you sent Morgan up to the jury and they revealed that you were the HOH winner, Rachel lost it and started crying and couldn't control a scream. And then she had to apologize to Morgan and she was like, "Oh, you played a great game. I'm sorry." Um,
Oh.
how did you get so close to Rachel in the house? How did that, and what was that friendship like for you?
Oh my gosh, Rachel was my bestest friend. Oh my gosh, like I don't even know if it showed because I don't know what it showed or not. But me and Rachel were like this. That was my girl on a personal level and a game level. I mean, it's funny though because the first week I didn't really trust Rachel because she was keeping a lot of information from me. I mean, she would tell me certain things and then pull back. Tell me certain things and then pull back. And so when Amy was here, there was a moment me and Amy were like, "Can we trust Rachel?" Like I remember I opened up to Rachel that Hannah Chada and I were, childhood friends. And she goes, "I know Hannah Chada. I love Hannah Chada from the cookout." And then in front of people, she started mentioning it loudly. And I'm like, "Girl, like you're telling my secrets." But after Amy left, it really just took off. I mean, we became attached at the hip. She was my ride or die in the game. We were best friends on a personal level. I was there for her to wipe her tears when she was sad about Brendan. And she was really a motivating factor into really just dusting yourself off, picking yourself up, and getting back to it. Because she said in her season, she was a target, and she was able to still win competitions and make it far in the game. And so, yeah, she was very inspirational. She always gave sound advice. And, sometimes I was giving her advice, which I don't know if it's but yeah, she's just an amazing person. I really wish people knew the true, real Rachel, not the TV Rachel, because she is one of the most down to earth people I've ever met. Truly, truly.
Well, congratulations. It was a exciting finale and fun to watch. And
Thank
we
you.
hope good things are coming next. Any reality
Yes.
TV upcoming? We know you're not going back to work.
No, no. I would love to do Amazing Race. There's a lot of shows I would love to do. Look, Tyler Perry, if you want to cast me in a TV show,
All right, we'll look
yeah,
for that.
yes, absolutely.
All right.
I'm ready for it all.